Hi, I'm going to do a somewhat quick-ish video because I heard the new Deep Purple album. I think it's called Equals One. The cover of it looks like in a row of the same type of covers that they had on their other albums, and I'll say musically that's also true. But I will say there are a couple of songs that I think are really good. But overall, and I don't want to do a full in-depth review of this album because I don't think that it's worth that. But I do think it's worth giving a quick sort of opinion of it as a whole. I will say that the album starts with a song called Show Me, which is probably the very worst song on the album. And if I had heard it first, I probably would not have wanted to hear the rest of the album because I think that it would have been like that song, but thankfully it isn't. I actually heard the album, the last song first, and going on that way, which helped. Because overall, aside from the first song, Show Me, I will say most of the songs, if I were to listen to them in order, they go generally good songs moving towards songs that are okay. None of the songs are bad. The last song has like elements of it that I think are kind of like a little boring, but still not totally. But anyway, after Show Me, the song A Bit on the Side, and then the next song, Sharpshooter, are both really, really good. They are some of the best stuff that Deep Purple has done in a long time. And even Portable Door, even though it's starting to get a little bit on the kind of, we've heard this kind of before thing, it's still good enough. It's still a pretty decent song. So I would say if you buy this new album, those three songs will be satisfactory enough for you to think that it's worth your money. And then Old Fangled Thing was alright. And If I Were You, not too bad. And then Pictures of You, same thing. And then I'm Saying Nothing. Yeah, that's okay. And then I'm not going to continue on with the titles of this stuff. I'm just going to say overall, of the albums that they've done recently, about maybe the last 5 or 6, this album, the newest one called Equals One, is overall the best. And for the 3 songs that are really good, I would say it will be worth it for those people who shell out $20 or $30 for a release. No problem. They'll be satisfied. And if you haven't heard the last 9 or 10 Deep Purple albums before this, you'll think this is fresh and original. It's at least them trying, and they do basically good enough. For me, if I were to buy it, which I won't, I'd say it's worth $3. Their last 4 albums, I would say, would be worth $1 if you found good copies of them used. But otherwise, I would say the second song and the third song and the fourth song are worth listening to. But overall, I would say they could have maybe put out a very good EP of those three songs. And it would have been one of the best things that they've done in quite a long time. Everything else, aside from the very first song, which I think is the worst song on the album, but not completely and totally horrible, and the last song, which is a decent enough song, but also the other song that's kind of second to worst. I would say the album is fine. If you want to have a party where you host a bunch of people who usually don't listen to hard rock and they want something kind of cool, and they're, wanting music that they can talk over where they don't have to think much about it, but at least they can recognize a good guitar solo now and again, this will be a fine album to hear. I would say if you found it used for $5 and you were hosting a party where you're getting paid $100 an hour for 4 hours and you needed something to play for that whole time, you'll make your money back if you buy this and you play it for those people. Otherwise, I would say it's not the best Deep Purple album around by any means. I would probably rather hear Machine Head on days when I'm bored of it before I listen to this again, because that has a more fresh sound. But it's not truly a bad album. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it 7. I can't give it more, but I won't give it less. It's at least decent, and it's better than their last few releases. Okay, take care. Bye.